What's up guys? A while ago I made a video of a 0 to legendary, how I would go about it, and I decided to just kind of like briefly show you the daily evolution of like your daily tasks in order to min-max your way to crafting your first legendary. So that's pretty much what this video is going to be about. There will be a breakdown of basically every phase, and if you need more information or if something's not clear, please check the videos linked in the description below. It goes very in depth about pretty much all of them. If you have any question, obviously feel free to leave a comment. I will try to answer, or at least link you to the right place if I can't give you an answer. If you finished the basic game, the core game, as this also applies if you finished Living World 1 and 2, but honestly there's not much to add within Living World 1 and 2, so this is mostly if you finish the core game. You can do these things for daily that would help you in your legendary journey. Basically right now all you can do is farm certain things like mystic coins with the leyline anomaly that would help you craft mystic clovers. The quaddle is mostly just because it's fast. It's fast, it's easy, and you have a chance of a ascended weapon. So this would probably, if you're lucky, be your first ascended weapon. Astral Vault, very important for the daily and the weekly. Get astral points, get your legendary starter kit, get mystic clovers, get mystic coins from the vault, all that stuff. This is basically like a season pass that you can do with its own daily points. You collect the points, you buy the rewards. I'm not going to go too deep into it, but that's basically what it is. And the event, this is true for any event moving forward with the other daily farms as they evolve. The event is basically if there's like a seasonal event, if there's like a special event called Return to event, all of those things, try to get at least the daily done. Ideally you also finish the event as is, because usually it gives a good chunk of rewards. Alright, moving on to the daily farm, evolving into Heart of Thorns Living World Season 3, okay? You're still doing some stuff from before, okay? It's just we're gonna add on top of it. Now you're gonna start doing treasure mushrooms, you're gonna start doing fractals, your winterberry farm, your bloodstone nodes, and as well as everything that we talked about before. The next one is, okay, after Heart of Thorns Living World Season 3, we're moving on to Path of Fire and Living World Season 4. So again, regularly you're gonna be doing Leyline Anomaly, Treasure Mushrooms, Fractal, Event, the Astral Vault. Okay, nothing much changed here, but this time you also get some Volatile Magic motes. This is going to give you a good chunk of volatile magic, as well as an easy way to increase your masteries in the Path of Finder, because you're gonna need your mounts maxed out for a lot of things, specifically the Griffin and the Sky Scale if you're doing your Sky Scale at this point. Dragonfall merchants and daily quartz charging. Technically quartz you can probably do it before, but you're probably not gonna have a whole lot of quartz earlier than this, because this is where like you start seeing a lot more quartz. Unless the Four Winds event is up, then you're gonna get a lot of quartz. Optionals at this point is kind of like if you want to do them, if you still feel like you need to do them, or you're just enjoying them. The winterberries, the bloodstone nodes, the griffin races, and the quaddle. IceBrood Saga. Okay, once you're done with IceBrood Saga, you unlock a few things, specifically the Dragonstorm and daily strikes. Dragonstorm, one of the best metas in the game, very fast meta. You can get ascended weapons, you can get some stuff that you can sell for like 30 to 50 gold, you can get an infusion that you can sell for 2,000 gold, and also you can get you're getting a material that you need 100 of, if I remember correctly, for End of Dragons meta. So again, just pretty much a mandatory meta to do, even if like you don't even craft legendary. It's just a fantastic meta to do because low time investment and the reward can be phenomenal, as well as obviously regular 2 gold, so you know that's fantastic. Anyways, daily strikes as well as a weekly strike. If you do your daily strikes, okay, I'm talking about just what is in your achievements for the daily strikes. You can do all the strikes if you want daily, they reset daily, but the most important ones are the ones you that have daily reward assigned to them. Strikes are the best way to get free clovers outside of the Astral Vault, because you can use the strikes currency to buy mystic coins, and then you can also use those mystic coins to, and the strikes currency to buy mystic clovers. Other than that, Drizzlewood NPC, the Drizzlewood meta north, basically if you go into the Drizzlewood and people are already doing the north meta, try and do that. If you have the time, go ahead and do that. Dragon Mushroom stay, Dragonfall NPC stays, Astral Vault the same, Event is the same, Leyland Anomaly the same, Quartz again, and Fractals. Okay, those are pretty much your daily at this point. Again, yeah, it looks like a lot. Like once you get into the groove of things, it's really not, because none of these take a very long amount of time. And then the optional is at this point Volatile Magic Motes, which again mostly you're using them to level up masteries. This is one of the fastest ways to level up masteries in Path of Fire and Living World 4. Tequatl, if you really need to at this point, it's like it should be like you should enjoy it, because there's really not getting much out of it anymore. Like some gold, sure, but like not really anything. Griffin races, again, a good way to get your masteries, and also once you're done with mastery spirit shards, you can get a good chunk of spirit shards doing daily Griffin races, well, getting gold in Griffin races. Winterbear's Bloodstone, again, if you still need the accessories, that's what you would go for. Next, if you finished End of Dragons, we're gonna add a few things to it. There are a few things actually, a couple of things that I forgot to mention over here in the IBS daily, so I'm gonna mention them here. If you finished End of Dragons, okay, this is what if I finish End of Dragons, this is what I will do, again, because the whole fun of the series is what I would do, yeah, if I started over. Okay, so now you can see we have two different, see, like here we had on the daily farming, now we have weekly goals as well, more like it's more direct for the weekly as well. Okay, so for the daily, again, Astral Vault, Dragonstorm, Leyland Anomaly, Treasure Mushroom, Special Events, Charged Quartz, Drizzlewood, Dragonfall, Fractals, and Strikes. Okay, that we already had that. What we're adding, which also I forgot in the previous one, you want to start doing daily Drakkar. Okay, can have materials that basically would save you like 15 to 20 gold, has stuff that you can sell for like 30 gold as well, and also ascended weapons. Trust me, you are not crafting any legendary weapon that you can use anytime soon. You honestly want to craft them in order to sell them, because, well, that's what I would do, because you're gonna need the gold in order to craft all the other legendary weapons. Aside from like the spear, are by far the lowest priority for your legendaries. Okay, so Drakkar, ascended weapons, okay, same as a Dragonstorm, ascended weapons, as well as some materials. Okay, after that there's also the new IBS and End of Dragons chests. So IceBrood Saga has a few daily chests, End of Dragons has a few ended chests. I believe End of Dragons is like 5 daily chests farm. And also End of Dragons NPCs, most of them are weekly, well, one of them is weekly, 2 of them are daily. Okay, again, check the videos in the description. Now for the weekly, I would recommend doing End of Dragon metas. Okay, this will help you craft the weapons. This is what you need in order to craft the weapons. World of Warcraft World v World weekly achievement. Okay, try to get that done, because again, we're gonna give you tickets, yeah, and you need the tickets and you need the XP for the Gift of Battle. So you're still trying to do World v World of the weekly achievement. Astral Vault, at this point you can change it to PvE. I would still recommend keeping it on World v World, because you do want to do World v World anyways as much as you can. But if you feel like you're not getting World v World done, you can only do like a certain amount of World v World, then switch it to PvE. PvE is extremely easy to do, all things considering to the other two options. Weekly strike chests in Eye of the North. Okay, there's like this chest, and again, this is from IBS. When you go into Eye of the North, there's a chest next to the strike area. Try to fill that up at least for baubles or whatever, like 4 circles for 4 spheres glowing, as well as opening it with 3 keys, which you're gonna have enough because you are doing the daily strikes. And last one, kind of, okay, this is once you finish Secrets of the Obscured, okay? Nothing really changes as far as the dailies go. The only thing that I didn't write here, because I honestly don't think it's that important, would be daily opening chests in Secrets of the Obscured, but they're so low priority, they don't really give you much as a whole, and they're so spread out that you're gonna need like 8 different characters, unless you want to travel a lot, just to open them. So really super low priority. I don't want to waste character slots just to put them by a chest that I barely need. Okay, so nothing really changes for the daily. Okay, for the weekly, nothing really changes. However, the only thing that does change, okay, you are going to have to make a choice which metas for the weekly you would focus on, and that's where we're going to talk about the last piece of the puzzle, which is basically kind of like your weekly rotation or like weekly priorities as you play Guild Wars 2, or more like my weekly priorities if I play Guild Wars 2, starting over, going from 0 to legendary. Okay. So the EOD and the Soto metas, okay? So if my goal is to go for a legendary weapon, okay, and the only time I will go for legendary weapon from End of Dragons is because I want to sell it until I finished all other legendaries, okay? I want to have legendary sigils before I want weapons. I want to have legendary armors before I have weapons. I want to have legendary runes, legendary trinkets, legendary accessories, legendary, what do you call it, relic, okay, legendary backpiece. I want all of that before I care about a legendary weapon, okay? Legendary, just weapons as a whole are not that hard to come by, especially if you keep doing your Dragon Storm and your Drakkar and your fractals. You're gonna have more weapons than you care for. Like my inventory, one of my bank slots is like half full with just options to pick an ascended weapon from, okay, with all stats. So it doesn't really, like, you don't really need it, okay, unless like, again, if you want it, that's fine. The only legendary weapon I would go for would be Kamotaki, which is like the Gen 1 spear, because spear everybody could use. Rather than that, I just wouldn't bother with them, except for like making money out of them. But if you are trying to make money, so craft your End of Dragons legendary, get a profit of somewhere around 900 to 1,000 gold for your work. If that is your goal right now, you need the money, I would go for EOD metas. And by the way, I would literally be doing this exact thing. So I'm done, for example, right now I just finished crafting all of my legendary armor. Unless I want like a specific appearance, I am done with doing Soto metas, okay? From now on, I'll just be focusing on legendary weapons, and even if I didn't want to use a legendary weapon, I would still do this, because this is the most bang for your buck in the least amount of time, reliably, that you can get. And my goal right now is every week to spend 400 gems to buy the 2 black lion keys, as well as it gives you 1 die that you don't have and 1 appearance that you don't have. My goal right now is to buy that every week. That cost me about 150 gold. I think it's like 120 gold a week. So either way, I'm gonna be spending my gold, and the best way for me to make my gold in a reliable way would be the EOD metas. Okay, it's just like as something extra. Okay, so if your goal right now is to craft the, what do you call it, the weapons, you do EOD metas daily, and you do the Soto metas weekly, as well as the 3 convergences and the 6 convergences, 3 Secrets of the Obscured and 3 John Thier Wild convergences. From my understanding, the new expansion is supposed to have convergences. I am not sure if it's out yet. I am not gonna start the new convergence until like November 8th-ish. I'm gonna be streaming it. I want to do the story blind without, you know, any spoilers or anything like that. Not that I care too much about it, but you know, I thought I would try to do it like that one time. If I am going for the armors and I have enough gold for them, I would be doing the opposite. I would be doing Soto metas daily. I would do both convergences daily. Okay, so not just the ones that you need like for the week, which is like 3 each. I would be doing 7 each, ideally. Okay, as a minimum. And then the weekly, I would still do 1 of each meta, just because you still get some weekly bonus for doing them once a week, as well as, and like I will need them at some point. Okay, EOD metas, something I will always need to do. Anyways, that was pretty much the breakdown of how I would go about my dailies depending on which phase of the game I'm in. Let me know what you thought about this video, and again, questions, feel free, complaints, more than welcome. Okay, and check out the other videos, links in the description of every episode, as well as one video that is a compilation of all of them, which goes for about like 5 hours or something like that. Anyways, thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Happy farming, I guess, because that's literally what Guild Wars 2 is about. It's not Guild Wars, it's Farm Wars 2. See ya.